Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing fantastic. And today we're going to be taking a look at another box from Bespoke Post. Oh yeah, that's right. And we got some stories to talk about with this box. But before we get into it, you know how I do around here. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Come on back, be part of our little community here. I really greatly appreciate you on that. And with that, friends, we're going to get into a Bespoke Post. You ready? Let's do it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another Bespoke Post. Alright, now I'm going to get a gripe out of the way real quick before we get into this box and everything. My brother gets this box. Okay, he's had a little bit of an issue with Bespoke Post. They will not allow him to cancel the subscription. He's reached out to them to the point that, you know, he's called the credit card company and said, do not authorize any more charges from this place. That's a direct experience. I'm not having it, but he's having it. I guess that's the corporate way for customer retention, huh? You know, you just say, well, you didn't really say you wanted to cancel, you know. And they're back there singing, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna stop charging your credit card. It's not a very good business model, just saying. But anyway, that's my brother's experience with it, okay? So yeah, how's everybody doing today? Hope you're doing good. Alright. Yeah, we're going to be doing a giveaway drawing here in just a little bit. So make sure you come on back for that. This is Sunday. Okay, now, we got a box here from Bespoke Post, but I got a box here. This came in a separate shipment, okay? So I'm just figured, and we already opened it. So I'm just going to open it again and show you guys that they did send this. I don't know if it was supposed to be both these things. I don't know. This is just... This company, man, the way they send you stuff, at least the way they be sending us stuff, it's kind of interesting. Very interesting. Definitely different than any other box that we receive on this here channel. Because, you know, if you are not, you know, if you are a frequenter here, you know, we get a couple, we've done a couple unboxings. Curated by Bespoke Post. Okay, it's curated by Bespoke Post. Got a nice presentation. I will give them that. You know, they trying to make you look fancy. And it says, quality finds for curious minds. Okay. And what we got here, we got two things. Okay, well this was, okay. This was kind of anticlimactic, but then again, the box wasn't that big, so I don't know what I was expecting. You know, I don't know if I was expecting a lot of stuff or a few things. We got some bags here that say, you know, don't suffocate on them. And let's see, what we got here? What is this? This looks like a how to tie a square knot. Okay, this looks like maybe a ground mat or a tarp or some type of camping system there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see though. All right, so what we got here is a on-the-go blanket, Wren, W-R-E-N, from who? Who is this from though? Let's see. Importer name. Don't care about that. It says it's dirt-resistant polyester. Okay. It's DWR coating on both sides. Stake loops in each corner. Folds into compact travel pillow. I guess that. It's not very thick though. I guess you could double it up, right? Like that. And use it. You know, just kind of put it up under your neck like that. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what we got here. And we got just a single pack. Do I want to pull this thing all the way out? Because I will never get this thing back in. Now, is it made into the pack? Is that like how this thing works? I think it is. That's how you double, or wait a minute. Before I start running off at the mouth, which I like to do, I let my mouth get ahead of me sometimes. Okay, so we do have some ties like this that suspiciously look like they could rip pretty easy because they're sewn in with a single stitch. Ooh, that don't look, that's not very promising, man. If you're in them what they call them, like the Arctic super blast conditions, you know, man, and there's furries everywhere. Okay, so this side we got this. It's not really camo, it's kind of like something your grandma would knit for you on Christmas, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and then this side's just green. Very interesting. And it's not that big. I mean, I know I'm saying that, but I can literally hold it out. That's as big as it is. Boop, boop. Okay. And, you know, the pack for it is made into the end here, so you don't have to worry about losing that. You just take her and you kind of haphazardly fold her up and you stuff it back in the pack, which I'm not going to do because it'll take me too long. This video will be an hour long, man. People be yelling at me and stuff. All right, so we got a blanket. Well, you could use it as a blanket because it is thick enough. You know, you could use it as a blanket. You could use it, obviously, as, you know, there's, you know, you crafty MacGyver guys out there, you give something that's got tie down points on 4 corners, you guys do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. Okay, this was not what I was thinking. This is an on-the-go hammock, and it will hold a maximum weight of 275 pounds. So it definitely has me covered, because I don't weigh no deuce 75, bro. I ain't got it like that yet. And I don't know why I'm taking this thing out. It's a hammock. Okay. I have to demonstrate this outside. Okay, so we got a little hammock. And it don't take up, you know, we'd have to, you know, really check it out and see, go outside with it and see what it do. And then it's got little instructions, you know, here that tell you, you know, pick some trees 12, 15 feet apart. You know, it shows you how to tie it up, shows you how to tie square knots and all that. And it kind of gives you some flying by the seat of your pants instructions here on how to tie up your hammock if you've never done such a thing before. Okay, so that's not too shabby. I don't know about that company though, Wren, W-R-E-N. You guys have any familiarity with that? I don't know. All right, then this came in after the fact. This is Hammer Stahl X50 CRMOV 15 high carbon German steel carving knife and fork set. My brother got this, and this did come from Bespoke Post, and he didn't really need this, so he gave it to me, you know, as good big brothers do, because my big brother is awesome. And I will say this, you know, even though it is this CR type, you know, CRMOV stainless, it's, well, this says high carbon steel. Okay, never mind, my bad. Scratch all that. So these things can be questionable, but this is a very pretty knife. I will say that. Now, how long it will hold up as far as, you know, use and edge retention and stuff like that, that's obviously something that you're going to have to find out on your own, you know, through use. But it's a very nice looking knife. Like you're towards to the back end here, the inlays there are there. It's nice. I mean, it's a nice looking knife. So I'm gonna, you know, I'm not being unfair to Bespoke Post here, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they give you some decent stuff. Now, the only thing with me would be, of course, with any knife like this, is the steel. And then we got a fork. And again, in the same, you know, kind of, the same kind of manufacturing process here goes for the handle of this one as well. And it's very pretty. You know, aesthetic wise, you know, this is a real nice looking set, you know, and the fact that you can kind of put this in your drawer in the box, you know, like this, because, you know, it fits in there really good and all that. Okay. So yeah, you know, like I said, my brother, you know, I make jokes about Bespoke Post. You know, I call them, you know, psycho ex-girlfriend and all that, because, you know, they won't let you go, won't let you leave, won't let you escape. You know, I'm not, you know, saying that to be mean. It's just, you know, I have a real problem with companies that do this kind of trickery. You know, that if you subscribe to a service, and, you know, this is not saying anything about anybody else's experience, because, you know, other people will chime in and say, oh man, my experience, I discontinued, it was perfectly fine. I'm not saying that. All I can speak of is what my brother has went through with this service. Okay, so, you know, it could be a one-off, you know, so I'm not saying knocking them. But as far as getting things from them, you know, I don't know how I'd rate them as a subscription box company. You know, I really don't know. Would I put them up in the level of, you know, maybe like Battle Box or Tac Pack or Barrel and Blade? Well, the interesting thing about these services is they're all different. You know, they're all fundamentally different. while they may share some similarities in the products from which they draw from, where they source them, how they source them, are they one-off, you know, offerings, or are they just stuff that they get overstock, you know, that all plays into it, which is why it's just so great to have dumb butts like me that, you know, get all these boxes, and I do videos on them, because you can go back and you can watch a crap load of them, and you can get an idea of the types of products that they give you, and, you know, how they source them and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that was a very quick, you know, I'm sorry there's only 2 things, and I really can't, there's no way I can't demonstrate the hammock right now, but, okay. So if you're out, this is the shortest video ever. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up on your way out the door. I really greatly appreciate you on that. Okay, we're going to get into a couple things right quick. Number 1, this shirt. Yes, yes. This is a Disney themed shirt, obviously, because I am wearing a white shirt up under it, so it's kind of peeking out a little bit, making me look bad. Okay, this is okay. Well, let me give you the story first. Okay, so yesterday, last night, Saturday, my oldest daughter had a homecoming dance to go to. Okay, so and it was you know, decent little, about an hour away from where we live, so we had to load up everybody. It was a big trip. So we went and dropped our oldest daughter off at this formal dance that she went to. And it was me, my wife, and then my little one. Well, I say little when she's 10. My grumpy destroyer, okay? So we had to go, you know, get into stuff. Well, where we were, there was a Buc-ee's. Okay, if you don't know what Buc-ee's is, just Google Buc-ee's. Okay, so this is huge, completely out of control gas station. You know, you go up there, there's like 100 pumps. It's huge, man. Buc-ee's is an experience, okay? But we got one. It's in Loxley, Alabama. And so when we dropped her off, I said, hey, let's run up to Buc-ee's, you know, since it was only one exit down, you know, it wasn't that far. So I intended to video, you know, but I haven't quite got into the rhythm of doing that yet. And plus, I don't know, you know, if a lot of these places, if they get onto you, if you walk in with a little camera, you know, filming, if you get in trouble or not. So I don't know. Most people don't ask; they just do it. And if they tell them, hey, you can't film in here, you know, get on out, you know, they're just whatever. But anyway, so I didn't film, and I telling you, I wish I would have. Okay, because when we went in, you know, just for people that never been in Buc-ee's, it's a really cool place. Well, we were looking around the clothes because, like I said, we were meandering through the store because, you know, we had 3 hours to kill because there's no sense in us driving home. So we're looking around at everything, and I went to the men's, where the men's like clothing is, and they had a rack that had these shirts. Not just this shirt, okay? Now this is from a company called Roosevelt's, okay? And I'll give you their website and everything. But this is one of their Disney themed shirts, and this is obviously from Nightmare Before Christmas because, you know, it's got Oogie Boogie and some characters on it. But this is a awesome. I absolutely love this shirt, and I'm gonna wear this when we go to the fair, you know, close to Halloween. And very, very nice material, very high quality. Like the stitching on it is just top notch. The material is really cool feeling. You know, it's got a pocket right here, and I absolutely love this shirt. Love it. Okay, now if you want to just check them out, to check out this company, okay, and I suggest you do, even if you're just, because they got more stuff than just this type of stuff. The website is www.rsvlts.com for Roosevelt's, rsvlts.com. But if you do go to the website and look at some of the shirts, and I did after I got home this morning, and I ordered 2 more. But if you do go there, okay, and you do find something that you like, go to a YouTuber called Paging Mr. Morrow. He is a theme park vlogger, mostly Disney, and go to just one of his most recent videos, and he'll have a link to Roosevelt's, to this company that makes these shirts. And you can get a coupon code, or a link will take you to the website and give you a coupon code. They'll give you 15% off, okay? And also at the end of checkout, you know, when they say, how did you find out about them, don't say me, say Paging Mr. Morrow, because we really like him. He's a really cool guy, and, you know, he should definitely get the credit. But this shirt is awesome. I absolutely love this shirt. Love it. I love it. I mean, I haven't even washed it yet. And coming from Buc-ee's, you know, if you know anything about Buc-ee's, you know, they do a lot of barbecuing inside the store. So the moment you walk in, it smells like barbecue brisket. And the shirt kind of smells like it. So Ahsoka, our golden retriever, she's been following me around with her sniffer going wide open. I guess because it smell like brisket. So yeah. Okay, what else we got? Okay, I want to do a clarification real quick. Let me get my glasses real quick. Okay, what box did I just open? Was it barrel and blade? Yeah, it was barrel and blade. Okay, I talked about this SOG knife right here, this tack pry. Okay, and I said I didn't like it because, you know, your handle's here and the sharp end's here. And I said, well, you don't want to pry off the sharp end. Okay, and a lot of you guys commented saying, well, you would pry with, you know, when the knife's in the sheath, or wrap something around it. Okay, guys, I really didn't hope that you would think that less of me, that I would try to grab this end with the blade to pry on it. My point is that if you are prying on the sharp end, even with this thing being inside the sheath, obviously, is that whenever you pry on the bladed end of any kind of implement, what is the one thing that you're trying to do when you pry? You're trying to gain leverage over this end. Well, this end has a lot of metal shaved off of it, so it's a lot thinner. So if you are really prying off of the sharp end here, where, you know, it's tapered down to make a cutting edge, your risk of possibly damaging the cutting end is, you know, not guaranteed that you're going to do that, but it does greatly, you know, kind of factor in that you could damage the bladed end of an implement just by the sheer nature of it not having as much material on the handle side to pry against, because you are exercising a whole lot of force onto this potentially weaker end of this particular tool. So that was only my thing. And, you know, the practicality of it, you know, one, I can't remember who, forgive me, I forgot who said this comment, but one of you guys said that, you know, in all your years of being out in the woods, you've never really needed a pry bar. And that's kind of a sentiment that I echo. All the times that I can ever remember running through the woods and doing stuff, I don't think I've ever needed a pry bar. Not saying that a situation would never come up where a pry bar would be useful, but, you know, I read that comment and I started thinking, I said, man, when would I need a pry bar in the woods? Really, you know, practically. And the funny thing about that, outside of carrying a tool like this, I do carry a pry bar. Now, it's about yay big, you know, it's just literally enough just to get some leverage, more than, you know, like if you needed to just to negotiate something and you didn't have enough force or in your grip to do it, it's literally a little pry bar that would just give you that little bit of leverage to overcome that. And that was as far as I've thought about having something to do that, you know, and I think that would probably serve well. But at the end of the day, when you start getting into conversations like this, you can completely go off the rails, and then you're getting into an everything in the kitchen sink argument now, is because now you're running out every type of scenario where you would need every type of tool implement imaginable to get out of whatever scenario that you create. But, you know, my criticisms of this, you know, weren't so much, it didn't lie in the fact that, you know, yes, in the sheath or with something wrapped around the bladed end, that's where you're going to be prying from. I wouldn't like to do that anyway, even with the sheath on this knife, because at the end of the day, even if you did have the sheath on this knife and you grabbed it right here, even though it's in a canvas, and this is a canvas sheath, this is not like some hard Kydex sheath, you're still grabbing on the bladed end of a knife. To me, that's a precedent that I do not want to set for myself, even though I can understand all the points of it. It's not something I want to definitely get into the habit of doing. To me, the overall impracticality of that itself is kind of what led me to have a negative view on it. Okay, so I just wanted to, I'm sorry I didn't really make that clear enough when I was looking at it for the first time, because when I generally look at something for the first time, all that's going through my head, and the problem is a lot of it, what's going on in my head, sometimes don't make it out of my mouth. So there you go. That's kind of the clarification on that. I just didn't want y'all to think that I'm running around grabbing knives by the sharp end, trying to use them as pry bars. You know, I'm not doing that. Trust me. I have all my fingers. So yeah. Okay, so what we got going on? You know, like I said, I apologize for the barrel and blade being so short. I don't know. I'm excited about the shirt. So my shirt made up for, and I shouldn't say that because you know this blanket tarp thingamabob could be really cool if it were, you know, really able to hold up. You know, I wish instead of this little kind of rinky-dink loop, you know, having a single stitch right there, I would love it. I would love to have seen a sewn-in grommet. My liking of this would have went up to here. Okay, if this had a sewn-in grommet right here, like a stainless steel sewn-in grommet, rather than this cheap, this little piece, you know, right here. I just don't like that. So yeah, anyway. And I reserve judgment on the hammock because I would need to set it up and everything. Okay, that's it. I'm out here. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday, and we got a giveaway in 2 hours. So, you know, make sure you pop on back around for that. And that's it. I'm out of here, man. Good luck to all of you. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.